Guy Ritchie's The Covenant 2023, action, drama, and thriller recaps. Let's cut to the chase. U.S. troops were deployed to Afghanistan in October 2001, after the 9/11 attacks. Initially, only 1,300 troops were assigned, but by December 2011 this had increased to 98,000 troops. 50,000 Afghans were employed as interpreters under the agreement that they would be eligible for special immigration visas and relocation to America. The interpreters are regarded as traitors by the locals and the Taliban for collaborating with the enemy. Subscribe, like and share. In March 2018, in the middle of the war in Afghanistan, U.S. Army Special Forces Master Sergeant John Kinley and his unit are ambushed by a truck bomb attack orchestrated by the Taliban during a routine vehicle inspection at Lashkargah, which claims the life of his interpreter. In need of a replacement, he is introduced to Ahmed Abdullah, a steadfast yet disliked interpreter, who claims he pursues the job only for money. During an undercover capture mission, Kinley learns that Ahmed was previously affiliated with the Taliban through the opium trade but had defected when the organization murdered his son. Kinley's unit is tasked with searching all potential locations with suspected Taliban personnel or IED factories. Ahmed is very well connected locally and tells Kinley that he is searching the wrong locations as US intel is not very good. Kinley feels that he is putting his team in danger every day for no output. He speaks to his CO Colonel Vokes, who informally asks Kinley to go after targets not fully investigated, a list of whom is supplied by Sergeant Declan O'Brady. Ahmed later saves Kinley's team from being ambushed by a Taliban unit aided by a compromised Afghan National Army soldier, earning Kinley's respect. Ahmed smelled the ambush when the Afghan soldier led them on a particular road, and Ahmed got Kinley to stop the convoy. Satellite pictures reveal an ambush lined up 8 kilometers down the road. Ahmed is shown to be married to Basira with a kid on the way. During another raid to check for a possible insurgent arms cache about 120 kilometers, 74 miles, north of Bagram Air Base, Kinley's unit is attacked by Taliban reinforcements, who kill everyone except for him and Ahmed. Kinley's unit requested air support when they discovered arms, but air cover was 15 minutes out when they were attacked. The duo manages to escape on a Taliban truck, killing several Taliban fighters in the process. The truck gets flat, and Kinley cannot contact his base as the radio is out of range. Kinley and Ahmed are forced to abandon the truck and escape on foot, killing their pursuers in the process. The helicopters from the base reach the original location and find 40 Taliban bodies and the bodies of the dead US soldiers minus Ahmed and Kinley. Whilst attempting to return to the airbase by navigating through the mountainous Afghan terrain, they are once again ambushed by insurgents, who manage to wound Kinley, before clubbing him with a rifle butt, incapacitating him. Ahmed manages to kill the Taliban and resolves to take Kinley back to the air base. Receiving help from some sympathetic Afghans, Ahmed evades the Taliban hunting them, carrying Kinley over the country's treacherous mountain topography. Several days later Ahmed and Kinley are near Bagram but are attacked by Taliban fighters. Ahmed kills the fighters but is shortly thereafter apprehended by US troops. 3 weeks later, Kinley, having been repatriated to his home in Santa Clarita, California, is completely unaware of how he was saved, but understands Ahmed's role in it. Kinley is married to his wife Caroline and has 2 kids. Upon learning that Ahmed and his family were forced to move underground owing to the duo's escapade having become local folklore, the Taliban have put a heavy price on Ahmed's head and is on their top 10 most wanted list. Kinley attempts to procure US visas for them for over a month, but in vain. Emotionally tormented and rendered near sleepless by his inability to repay his indebtedness towards Ahmed, Kinley finally resolves to save him himself, enlisting the assistance of his superior, Lieutenant Colonel Vokes, to procure the visas. Returning to Afghanistan under the alias of Ron K., Kinley meets with Parker, a private military contractor, who promises to provide support on the condition that the former locates Ahmed first. But Kinley has to find Ahmed alone. Meanwhile, Ahmed is being actively hunted by the Taliban, and he has to move frequently with his family to survive. Kinley meets Ahmed's brother Ali, a Taliban supplier who manages to smuggle Kinley across their territory. In the process, he kills 2 insurgents after nearly being caught at a road checkpoint, which alerts the Taliban with the sound of gunfire that echoes through the mountains. Vokes informs Kinley that the visas have been processed and are with Parker. Finally arriving at Ahmed's hideout, Kinley persuades him and his family to accompany him to the US. Meanwhile, Parker deduces Kinley's true identity. Realizing the danger that the duo is in due to their value to the Taliban, he arranges for an AC-130 gunship and an Apache attack helicopter to provide air support. Concurrently, the Taliban mount an attack on Kinley, who manages to escape with Ahmed's family to the nearby Darunta Dam, which is the extraction point designated by Parker. Cornered by approaching Taliban units, the duo engages them in a protracted gunfight, which ends when they run out of ammunition. However, the AC-130 and Apache helicopters arrive and wipe out the attackers. Parker arrives from the other end of the dam with a relief column of anti-Taliban technical personnel. He tells Kinley he would have supported his mission gratis had he known up front it was him. Escorted back to Bagram, the group boards an Airbus A400M leaving Afghanistan. The film's ending title states that in the aftermath of the Taliban's recapture of Afghanistan, over 300 Afghan interpreters affiliated with the US military were murdered by the organization, with thousands more still in hiding. The end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like and share.